Let's talk the color. One more thing, like, subscribe, and share. Come on, let's talk the color. Woo!
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Cutler here in the Let's Talk to Cutler broadcast, the Let's Talk to Cutler YouTube channel, the Let's Talk to Cutler virtual book club. And it's another week where we are getting ready to spend about 1,800 seconds together. And it is my hope that I am going to inspire you. I'm going to motivate you. I'm going to challenge you to show up a little bit better today than you did yesterday, and encourage you to show up better tomorrow than you showed up today. It's my hope for all of us that we are striving to consistently show up our best selves, even in the worst of situations. Life throws different situations at us, you all, but we can handle it. We can handle them. We can handle all of those situations. We have this kind of constitution. When you talk about it and when you bring it out, we have this makeup, this constitution that says, you know what, you're better than that. We are better than most of our circumstances and better than most of our situations. And the situations that try to pull us down and try to cover us up and try to bury us sometimes forget that we thrive in those moments. We thrive in those moments that challenge us because we've learned to challenge ourselves. We've learned how to push ourselves to the limit. We've learned how to push others and pull others and be there and be a source of support. So thank you all for joining me for these 1,800 seconds. I hope that they are going to be empowering 1,800 seconds. And I hope that you get something out of them. I certainly get something from the table every time we spend this time together talking. So I would just tell you, listen, it's already the 11th of the month. We're almost halfway through the month of April. Remember when we stopped and we did this self-analysis and self-evaluation inventory in March? Well, April is moving right along, and I'm glad about it. So it's another Tuesday. So tell somebody, come on, let's talk to Cutler, because today, you all, we're going to talk about how to get up and keep moving. A lot of times life throws challenges, but we are here for each other. We are here in these moments to remind each other that it's not about getting knocked down, but it's about getting back up. It's not about falling, but it's about climbing back to the top. It's not about losing your footing, but it's about relearning how to stand. So we're going to talk about that this evening. We really are. So I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm encouraged because I want to encourage you all, because I've so been encouraged today by a few things that I've read, and I want to share those with you. So before I get into those, I would just say good evening to everybody. As you're logging on, come on over to the chat so I can see you and say hi. I want to see all my friends. Come on over to the chat so I can see you and say hi to everybody. Meanwhile, I want to shout out the LTTC VIPs. Those are the people who just jumped into the chat really early. It's great to see all of you. So on my end, it looks like the first 3 people in the chat tonight are Tracy Johnson, who says, hey, everyone, good evening. Annie Cutler, who says, get aboard, let's ride. And Audrey Dixon, who says, good evening, all. Good evening to all of you as well. I'm thankful for another day, thankful for another week, and I want to just jump right into the conversation. And I want to jump into the conversation, you all, by sharing a few things that I read today. I do take time to read I do take time to read things other than what I write. And I want to share a couple of those with you all. I want to share a couple of quotes I was reading. And one quote says, the only time you fail is when you fall down and stay down. I want to encourage somebody this evening. So if you know someone who needs a little encouragement, tell them, come on, let's talk to Cutler. We still have a few minutes left. We have several minutes left. So if you know someone who needs a little encouragement, someone who has been down and out and just sort of emotionally and mentally under the weather, if you can't get them to come on and let's talk to Cutler now, at least send this to them, send them this link so they can catch the replay. But here are a few quotes that I read today. The only time you fail is when you fall down and stay down. And that's not an original quote of mine. That's a quote by Stephen Richards, who's an author. And then there was another quote. You all listen to this one. This is by Vincent Lombardi, the football player. One of the things that he said was, it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. We all get knocked down, you all. From time to time, we lose our footing and we get knocked down. But it's not about whether you get knocked down, it's about whether you get back up. And this evening, I want to empower us to get up ourselves if we feel like we have been knocked down, number one, or number two, encourage somebody else to get up if they've been knocked down, or number three, extend someone a hand and pull or help lift them up. So either encourage them with your words or literally with your actions and deeds, help pull them up, or you yourself become empowered to get back up. Because life just happens. Life just throws so many things at us, you all. Life just happens. And whenever misfortunate things happens, it does not mean that you're reaping the rewards of bad behavior, bad decisions, or bad judgment. It means that life just happens. And so for all of the judgmental people who think that, this is happening because you did something, that is not always the case. Go and sit your judgment of self down. Cutler, did you have to come out of the gate like that? Yeah, because sometimes people will just kick you when you're down, and that's not what you need to hear. People don't need to kick you when you're down. And I think sometimes people need to learn some sensitivity training about how to handle people when they are in crises. So let me just share a couple of other quotes and then I'll just keep on going. If you're going through, you all probably will not expect for me to read this one, but this was I think this is going to become one of my favorite quotes by the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Winston Churchill. Let me just read this quote because this is a powerful quote to me. This is a powerful quote. Let me just see. Joyce, happy good evening to all of my LEC family and the eve of my 53rd chapter. To God be all the glory. Queen Nita, I'm going to have to reach out to you, my friend, and just say, yeah, on the eve of your 53rd. All right. Well, happy birthday to you, my friend. So that's right. So that's right. Celebrate yourself and then come on in this chat and let us know the good things that are taking place. That's what I'm talking about. Just to be able to get up and keep going because, 53, you're over the, that middle age. You've been over 50 for a few years and just keep on going, learn how to celebrate things. I love it. Thank you for just coming in with that joyous attitude. I appreciate you so much for that. And it's that joyous attitude that I'm really talking about, how to get up and keep going. All right. So I'm going to share this quote from Winston Churchill. You all think about this quote. Think about this quote. A lot of times people say, I'm going through hell. They do. I can't change the words. I can't cover it up. A lot of times people just simply say, I'm going through hell. One of the quotes by Winston Churchill says this, you all. If you're going through hell, keep going. Keep going, because at least you're going what? Through, which means that you will not be in that situation, that circumstance, that scenario, or that predicament all the time. Keep going through and you will get to the other side of it. That's what I'm talking about this evening. Get up and keep going. One of the, I think Diane Mora is an author, and she said, always get up and keep moving forward. Check this out. It may be slow, but it's still progress. I hope I'm empowering us this evening, or at least empowering us to help somebody else to just get up and keep going, because sometimes people are down in the dumps for seemingly no reason at all, but they are down there because life has happened. That's right, Tracy. You don't want to stay in hell. So if you're going through, just keep going through. Keep going. Cutler, how do I get up? How do I keep going when life seems to be beating me up and beating me down? And you all, people in your lives may have these questions, and sometimes you may have these questions yourself. How do I get up? How do I keep going? How do you keep consistently smiling? How do you keep yourself so upbeat and optimistic and energetic and positive? How do you do that? How do you stay so bubbly? How do you stay? Just how? How do you maintain that attitude all the time? How? I'll tell you how. Because one of the and you all just, I'm telling you this. You have to make a list of your goals. You make a list of goals, and you remember what is important to you. and you write down your goals and you visualize how you will feel when you hit each one of them. Think about right now, even if you haven't written down a goal, but think about how it will feel when you reach one of your goals. Won't it feel amazing? You're on the eve of your birthday. How happy birthday. But won't it feel amazing when you hit some of those goals that you have not hit yet? Think about it. Visualize how you're going to feel when you reach your goals. So that is why I encourage us always to just write them down. No, you don't have to have a journal. A journal helps, but write them down on something. Write your goals down. Confucius said that the man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. What does that mean? It means that you may start out small, but still focus. Keep your eyes focused on the prize. Keep your eyes focused on where you're going. Keep your eyes focused on what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, what kind of victory you want to achieve, what kind of success you want to obtain. Keep your eyes on all of that, but you can start out small. You can start out small, you all. But focus on your goals. And if you're not good at multitasking, then just don't try to multitask. Just take small steps, take baby steps, but at least what? As Diane Morrow said, it may be slow, but it's still progress. And you have to work on this. We have to work on this. You want to know what pulls me in this space every Tuesday and Thursday? It's because I practice and I rehearse, and I've gotten to the point of making sure that, you know what, this is important to me, and I'm going to carve out the time. I think I missed this one time because there was this technical issue, you all. I was trying to do something, and I end up recording the session, and I missed my moment with you all. But I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday because I've learned to be a happy person. I've learned to be a consistent person, and I've learned what it is to help other people get up and keep going, because I'm thankful for the people who encourage me to get up and keep going. And so I encourage you, just write down your goals. I know, Cutler. All right, so take off the table tonight what you can handle. If you're not the person who likes to write down anything, okay, remember your goals. Is the most that I can say. And then I want us to think about this, not necessarily a rigid workout of sorts, but I want you to think about some sort of physical exercise, physically moving around, physically doing something, because as you're physically doing something, you're also stimulating your mind, you're stimulating your blood flow, you're doing that sort of thing. So if you're not this overly active person physically, at least do something. I just had to put that plug in there for us to do something. But here's something else I want to encourage us to do, you all. How to get up and keep going. Make a schedule and stick to it. Make a schedule and stick to it. And I don't necessarily mean a daily schedule, but write down what it is you want to do. Write down what you want to happen, because staying motivated just does not happen automatically. Can I say that again? Staying motivated just does not happen automatically. We have to set our intentions and choose behavior that will keep us on the right track. I feel like I need to say that again. We have to set our intentions and we choose the behavior that keep us on the right track. God knows I do all the time. I try to make sure. Sometimes, I don't meet up to the measure that I set for my own self, but it is about setting our intentions and choosing behavior. Sometimes people are negative and nasty because they choose to be negative and nasty. But in terms of getting up and making sure that you keep going, you have to set your intentions. I intend to keep going. I intend to persevere. I intend to see my way through. I intend to see victory at the end. I intend to see success. So you've got to set your intentions and choose behavior that is congruent with your intentions. My behavior is right there in alignment with my intentions, Because I intend to win, my behavior is going to take me to the winner's circle. Because I intend to succeed, I make sure that I choose successful behavior. I intend to win, I choose winning behavior. I intend to succeed, I choose successful behavior. I intend to make it through, I choose behavior that will cause me to make it through. So make sure that your intentions and your behavior are aligned. Cutler, why is that important? Because we are, philosopher Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. We are what we repeatedly do. So when you set your intentions and your behavior and you repeatedly do that, it becomes easy. It becomes second nature. It becomes a normal, natural response to be nice. It becomes a normal, natural response to have a positive attitude. It becomes normal and natural to be upbeat and optimistic rather than pessimistic. It becomes normal and natural to see the glass half full as opposed to half empty. It becomes natural and normal to see the good in people rather than looking for the bad. We are what we repeatedly do. So if you're going to get up and get going and develop some traction and some inertia and you're going to keep going, it is because you have to repeatedly do that. And it is about setting your whys. Now, I got a different twist to this because a lot of times, we used to hear this before we heard this phrase about, discover your why. What is your why? It was about your purpose, and it is still aligned with that. But I have a different twist on whys tonight, you all. When I say get up and keep moving and get up and keep going, in order to do that, you have to find your whys. Excuse me, I have a different twist on that. Not what motivates you or what keeps you going. Not right now. I'll get to that. But here's a why. Why do you want to give up? Why? Why do you want to give up? Think about the times when you want to throw in the towel. Think about the times when you want to call it quits. Think about the times when you want to get in bed and cover your head. Think about the times when you just want to bury your head in the sand. Think about all those moments you are, and then ask yourself, why? Why do I want to give up? Why do I want to quit? Why do I want to throw in the towel? What is causing me to want to do that? Is it fear of failure? Or is it fear of what others are going to say or think? You all know I feel like coming right through the screen when I say that. Because a lot of times we have to ask ourselves, and when I say come through the screen rather, it is because I wish I could come there and sit with everybody who says, Cutler, I'm feeling those moments. I feel those moments when I just want to throw in the towel. I want you to ask yourself, why I don't want to throw in the towel? Why do I want to give up? Why do I want to quit? Is it because of fear of failure? Fear of failure? You got to get up and keep going. Or is it fear of what others are going to say or what they're going to think? And if that is the case, again, I wish I could just come through this screen and hold everybody's hand and walk them right past everybody who they were intimidated about what they might think or say. Why do you want to quit? Is it because you're feeling anger, you're feeling depression, you're feeling tired, you're feeling exhausted? Why? So find your whys. Why do I want to stop? Why don't I want to get back up? Why don't I want to keep going? Find your why. That why is important. It really is. Because you have to find value in what you're doing. I'm afraid I'm going to fail. I'm afraid of what they're going to say. I'm afraid of what they're going to think. Find value in what you're doing. Thank you, my friend. Faint not. Just hang it. Don't faint. And here's something else. Not only should you not faint, but don't allow others. Don't give others the power to cause you to faint. No. You don't have that much power over me, whereby you're going to cause me to faint. Marissa, that's right, my friend. Set goals, believe, and manifest. But make sure you look at your whys. Why do I want to give up? You know what? No, that person's not that important enough to make me want to give up. That person is not important enough to make me want to faint. You all keep on going. Just keep on going. Y'all talk back to me in this chat. I'm loving this. I'm reading your comments as we have this conversation. And then find mentors. Find people. It's great to want to carve your own path. It really, really is. But successful and motivated people know that everyone needs a hand along the way. So find you a mentor, find someone who has done this before, and you can find more than one, and take time on a regular basis to talk about your goals and receive encouragement from the people that you consider mentors. I find it interesting that people will say, "Oh, you know what? I want to mentor you, or I want to be your mentor." When you're standing in the limelight, then they claim that they have mentored you and they have been your mentor. But where were they when you were going through your darkest moments? Right? So find people who will give you encouragement. And then here comes a challenge, you all. Here comes a challenge. Then not only find people who can give you encouragement, but find people that you will give encouragement to, and that you will be a positive mentor in their lives. And then you take the time on a regular basis to give encouragement to them, just as you hope and expect your mentor to give encouragement to you. The role of a mentor is very, very important. Don't just have mentors, but I challenge you to become mentors as well. I don't have a lot of time to talk about this, y'all, but this is how you get up and keep going. Because in those moments when you're low, you're hoping that there's somebody in your circle, somebody in your community, somebody in your space, somebody in your village who can encourage you to keep going with their words and with their deeds. And then again, the challenge is for you to be to others what someone has been to you. Got to say this. If you're going to get up and keep going, stop comparing yourself with other people. I say that over and over and over and over because it is so important that we are in this world of social media where we're always seeing people and we're always comparing ourselves with other people, but don't do that. Don't compare yourself with other people. Oh, they're smarter than I am. They're braver than I am. They're stronger than I am. They're blank than I am. Just fill in the blank. Albert Einstein said, and he was brilliant. He said, but listen to what he said, you all. Albert Einstein said, "It's not that I'm so smart. It's just that I stay with problems longer." He said, "It's not that I am so smart. It's just that I stay with problems longer." May I say this in encouragement, motivation, and love? Sometimes, if you don't believe in your potential, no one else will. I'm thankful for the times when there were people in my life who believed in me when I did not believe in myself. I am so thankful for that. But I'm also thankful for the mentors that I had in my life who came to me and said, "Listen, let me say this to you. If you don't believe in your potential, if you don't believe in your own potential, stop expecting anybody else to believe. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Believe in yourself. Believe in your own potential." You can draw inspiration from people around you, but don't beat yourself up if you're not at the same level in certain areas that they are in. That may not be the case. And stop being so distracted by the grass looks greener on the other side. But guess what? They have a high water bill. They have a higher lawn service bill, but the grass looks greener. Stop that. Stop comparing yourself with other people. I'll probably be saying that over and over and over, probably as long as I live, because we are victims of that. Don't you know that when you see these people on TV and in social media, you only see these happy highlights from their you only see happy highlights from their lives, you all. You see the fancy holidays, you see the dream jobs, you see the perfect relationships, you see all of that kind of stuff. That's what they want you to see. But what you see online, what you see in the public, that's only half the story. That's only half the story. So stop comparing yourself to them and learn how to think, learn how to take care of yourself and think positively. Take care of yourself and think positively. And that means sometimes we have to surround ourselves with positive people who will help you to get in that zone where you're thinking positively. And that's one of the reasons we do this every Tuesday and every Thursday, because this is our time to get in the zone of positivity, get in that zone of I can be better, get in that zone of I am going to be my best self, even in the worst of situations, get in that zone that says I'm going to challenge myself to show up better today than I did yesterday, get in that zone that says I'm going to be a better person than I was today, get in that zone whereby you're thinking positively, you're rehearsing this, and we're doing this over and over and over so that when life shows up, it is not so difficult to stand up and face life as a positive person. Get in that zone. That's why we do this every Tuesday and Thursday, because we want to easily shift to that zone whereby life is not going to beat me up so much. I'm going to face life on life's terms, and I'm good with how I handle it because my attitude is positive. My outlook is optimistic. That's the zone I'm talking about getting in. If you're going to get up and keep going, that's how you do it, you all. That is how you do it. You learn how to think positively. And I got to get out of here, but can I tell you all this one more? I just need to end on this one. When you face something that you don't know, when you face something that is new, when you face something that is a challenge, when you face something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, stop saying, I'm confused. Now that comes from a personal space. It is a pet peeve of mine to hear people say, well, I'm just confused. Please don't say that. Please don't say that. For many, many years, I would teach and tell my students, if there's a concept that we're discussing and you don't understand it, and you don't get all the details and the nuances the first time we talk about it, don't say, I'm confused. I'm going to give you another word or another phrase or another clause. Instead of saying, I'm confused, say, I need to spend more time with this. Because a lot of people would use the phrase, I'm confused, as a reason, no, as an excuse to just throw their hands up and abruptly quit. I'm confused, so I quit. I'm confused, so I'm out. I'm confused, so I'm done. Stop saying I'm confused. But may I offer you this tonight, you all, as we complete and close out our conversation tonight, may I offer you this. Instead of saying I'm confused, think about it, say, I need to spend more time with it. Because if I spend more time with it, then maybe I have a little more clarity about it. And if you want to get up and keep going, sometimes you're trying to develop a strategy and you're trying to figure out why, and you're trying to figure out how, and you're trying to figure out when. And when you're trying to figure out all that stuff, sometimes you just simply say, I'm confused. I throw my hands up. I quit. Stop saying I'm confused. Say, I need to spend a little more time with this. I need to spend a little more time with this. I hope you all enjoyed that point and all of these points. This last one, again, I've shared that with my students for years. They've come back to me and they later thanked me. But as we were getting ready for exams and we were going through materials, sometimes they would have frustrations when I would say, don't say I'm confused. And they found it to be true. Knowledge dispels confusion. And when they spent more time with the challenge or the concept or the scenario or the fact pattern, when they spent more time with it, they would come back to me and they say, Professor, you're right. I wasn't confused. I just needed to spend more time with it. So I'm going to say that to you all. Spend more time with it, whatever it is. Spend more time with it, and you'll be able to get up and keep going. Thank you all for sharing this time and space with me. Thank you for sharing these 1,800 seconds and allowing me to come into whatever space you've allowed me to come in. Do me a favor, y'all. Let's keep building community. Let's keep maintaining connectivity. Stay safe, stay sane, keep your hopes up, keep your heads up, and know that from my heart to yours, there is, I promise you, there is and always will be so much love. Until the next time we speak, which will be in a couple of days, tell somebody else. Come on. And let's talk to Cutler. Hey, good night, everybody. I'll see you all next time. Bye.